Act 1 of Lilith, a dramatic poem by George Sterling. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Stage directions read by Beeswaxcandle. Dramatis Personae. Lilith, Spirit of Temptation.
Read by DC.
Tancred, Prince of Eton.
Read by James Escareno.
Urlan, King of Eton.
Read by Brian Fullen.
Gavain, a Wandering Knight.
Read by ShrimpPhishLurion.
Duke of EscarenoUrlan.
Read by Brian Fullen.
Geoffrey, a Shepherd.
Read by Alan
MapstoneAmara, daughter of Geoffrey.
Read by ShrimpPhishGerbert.
King of Vey.
Read by Brian Fullen.
Arnulph, Archbishop of Joam.
Read by
GlysRaoul, Chancellor of Vey.
Read by
GlysRaoul, a troubadour.
Read by Alan
MapstoneJehanne, a dancing girl.
Read by Tegan
JohnsonBerthe, a serving woman.
Read by Winnifred
AssmannLeal, an archer.
Read by GiordanoFoulques.
Soldiers and servitors, a wizard.
Read by Ron Altman.
The boy Ulf.
Read by Inkell.
Knights and ladies, Odo the Full.
Read by Larry Wilson.
A cook.
Read by Winnifred Assmann.
Youths and maidens. Act 1, Scene 1. Sunset in the courtyard of a medieval castle. Men-at-arms wait idly here and there. One of them holds forth the cup to a serving woman. His name is Leal, her name Berthe.
Pour me again, I beg. This wine is good.
That time you gave me truth. 'Tis good as sleep for a poor man. As for this tale you tell, of having fought the Soldan, I am yet to give you credence.
Then I close the tale, and much you miss, unwitting how his blade snapped on my own. Behold you!
Draws his sword.
See the notch, halfway the sword?
Pardon my unbelief. Now know I that you bring a faithful tale. Tell further.
Pour again. My thirst is great, for Syria's dust yet lingers in my throat. 'Tis well, Saint Bacchus, wine's a noble thing, to your sweet face, dear woman, and your heart. Now when the Sultan saw his broken glaive, and knew the fight was lost, he would have fled, but closing with him heavily to earth, I cast him, as the shout our army raised muffled his groan there at...
Ah, pardon me. Forgiveness, mighty sire, for surely you are Coeur de Lion.
Leal in chagrin.
No more tales to you, pot walloper. I waste a soldier's breath on one who serves.
Berthe mockingly.
Great Richard, tell me more. Have you the Soldan's ransom at your belt? Why do you wear disguise? The honest light were fit companion to your honesty.
Go braid your tongue, O slanderous.
Alas, that Richard travels in so humble garb.
Enough, enough! A pity one so fair should sit as hostess to so surly doubts.
Ah, think you I am fair?
No fairer maid has ever poured for me so sound a wine. And this I swear by what I show you now. Behold, a portion of that very tree up which the blessed Zacchaeus clomb to watch our Lord.
Berthe crossing herself.
Saint Willibrod, how came you by a relic of such worth?
My uncle is Archbishop of Namur, and gave it me long since upon my birthday.
Holy twig! Methinks 'tis not unlike our northern birch, and 'twas a sycamore, a friar said, that Zacchaeus clomb? Solve me the riddle.
Maid, in Palestine the sycamore is like our birch, aye, much the same, and yet unlike. For be you sure the wood has special powers, by virtue of that one who passed it near?
I think it well the king should see this rood.
Never, for kings are of a skeptic blood. But if your queen would see—
Our queen? 'Tis sure you reach us from afar, who do not know our gentle queen is dead these 18 years, aye more.
And takes the king no second bride? 'Tis strange.
It is not strange at all to me, remembering the queen. Why, do you think an eagle once bereaved would wed a duck?
You put it flatly.
And you never saw the queen.
I have seen girls in heathendom could make soft end of such fidelity.
You lie, and now I think you never saw the Paynim.
As to that, you may be sure their widows are best judges. Well, I sense what blood is in your lord. I know the kind. Cold as a church bell in the winter time. Such faith wins little praise.
Again you lie. This constancy of his is like the air, that's ever ready when a soul would breathe. Our king is loyal as the flower's tryst with spring, and a reproach to baser lords that wander in adulteries, a curse on all that do not praise his fealty. And may she go alone to childless hell who would allure him.
Maid, I do not say he is not admirable.
Well for you.
But tell me more. The king had sons of her?
One, but a lion, as the fable says.
A champion, then.
He has not seen the wars, but in the tilt-yard has not known his peer as yet.
They're late in blooding him.
The king has consolation in his love, and fears to loose him on the battle ere the need be pressing. More as brothers do they seem than sire and son.
I never thought it best the young pine stand too close the parent tree. 'Tis ill for each.
Now say, have you a son?
Have you a tender heart?
What mean you?
Say, if you've a tender heart.
'Tis flint, but what of that, suppose I had?
Ah, then, I thought you'd help me in the matter of a son.
Away, you wretch! See how we women fare, who have a friendly glance for wandering swords.
I am full sick of wandering as I look on you.
Begone! The meat is in the hall. Hurry!
And you will see me afterward?
It may be. Go you now. They eat. Make haste.
A troubadour sings.
Ah, listen, dear, the burning hands of spring are on the world's green girdle. Love is here, long waited, so I sing. To sing thee soon a madder song than this, writ in the waning of an olden moon, to win the firstborn kiss. Ah, yearning face, too mystically fair, sweet, I would find thee in a hidden place, and trembling, loose thy hair. Darling, the year sows flowers in thy heart. Love, who am I to tell thee in a tear how beautiful thou art?
Scene 2. A garden close of the castle. Urlan, the king, walks with his son Tancred, a youth of 20 years and the last of twilight.
Now at the almond's time of blossoming I sorrow for thy mother. Such a ewe enfolded her, and slept about her breasts, for which I slew my brothers, who were kings.
Father, mine eyes do not remember her. I fashion her in memory as a love, a warmth that little fingers in the night groped for and found, whereat my timid heart forgot the darkness and the silence. So she lives for me as tenderness unseen, a baby's refuge in the peopled night.
She, like a sunset, gathered to herself all loveliness, and perished. Peace is hers, the tomb's black peace. But me all peacelessness consumes. A flame is set about my heart, and fire as quenchless as the ruby's coal, the mighty gem that was her secret dower, and soon her dower to death, which now, unseen, burns on in quiet on her quiet breast.
They come suddenly upon Lilith, who, robed in diaphanous green, stands beneath an almond tree and bends down a branch, whose blossoms she smells.
Ah, God!
Ah, Christ!
Behold you me?
Alas!
Oh, loveliness! Oh, torment in the blood!
Now hath my master need of me.
Thy name? Whence, and for what, and whither?
Even thus, O Prince, have mortals question of themselves. My name thou knowest not, and yet shalt know, and know too late. But know thou this indeed, Joy is my sister, sister I to death.
My son, go hence.
The prince withdraws.
O marvel of the dusk, be thou my queen, all that I have is thine.
Thou toldst but lately of a ruby. I was sooner won with jewels.
Come thou, then, for in my crypts but yesteryear I found incomputable treasuries of eld. I have 3 chests of gems, sard, emerald, and rugged rubies dark as Satan's blood.
I question of a ruby. Is it great?
And I have moon-like pearls and sapphire stones, blue as the skies of Eden or the sea far out, and gems whose hearts, as dew, conceal the 7 fantasies of light. Thine arms shall plunge them deep in those.
A king of Spain did once solicit me with pearls, but thou toldst of a ruby.
Mine are turquoises that seem as innocent as youngest flowers, yet have had baths of blood. My topaz stones are like the eyes of some great cat that stares. With emerald and amethyst and beryl will I envelop thee. My diamonds' flames shall light thee as with suns. Thy chamber walls shall be of opals like a rainbow mazed in pearls incomparable.
I have worn twin emeralds that were the eyes of Baal, and orbs for which Semiramis made war. The Soldan hath with amethyst and gold shapen me thrones. There was a ruby.
Nay, speak never more of that. Alas, it burns full on the brow of death. The stained tomb is made its casket, and its guardians are even these sleepless powers, pain and love. I say death wears that ruby. Wherefore, queen, take thou all else and rule.
He conquers me, who dares to pay my price? My price thou knowest.
And knowest thou, did I but say the word, that fire would vanquish thee, or biting thongs?
Not any manacles may hold this flesh, for which all kings have yearned, nor any flame subdue me, who am child of fiercer fire, nor all thy hosts constrain.
She moves toward the king, who recoils.
Hold forth thy sword.
The king holds forth his sword, whose blade, touched by Lilith, falls in fragments.
Even so thy strength were broken, and thy knights made heralds for thee at the keeps of doom.
Yet go not from me now, O sorceress. Night comes about thee as about a star. Nay, enter now my palace, for the dark grows full of whispers. Come thou speedily. It may be I shall wrench that ruby stone from death and night and its tremendous guards.
Nay, king, but on the morrow I shall come, to give thee all that death and night can give.
She turns and disappears in the gloom. Scene 3. Morning of the next day. Tancred and Lilith stand again in the garden close.
Thou art so strangely beautiful. Till dawn thou stoodst before me in mysterious light, and cried to me in consummating words, temptation uttermost. Comes now the day, and thou art still more fair, and dost surpass what midnight murmured of thy loveliness.
The strong of earth bow down, adoring me. For me shall men forsake, deny, abjure. For me shall many walk disastrous ways, that one may find and perish of my kiss.
Thine be the price, and be it what it may.
Where is the king?
My father questions God within his chamber. Since the midnight fell, he hath cried out in tears and agony. Destroy him not. He for a score of years hath made his heart a fane of memory.
And now before that shrine I stand and smile. Are all men mad?
Alas, for thou wouldst filch his constancy, and thou with pearl-wan hands wouldst quench that whiter lamp within his breast.
Each flame that so I quench shall be a gem which I shall wear forevermore. But hast thou no need of me? Forget thy father's pain.
O witch, shall I be faithless to my sire?
And wherefore faith? O youth, thine elders crave ease for their minds, and warn thee from the joys that found by thee were menace to their peace, or found by thee were lost to them. For self cries from the aged heart, as from the babes. Poor youth, their sneers await thy young romance. The islands that to thee are walled with light, where unimaginable roses bloom, and beauty stands crowned with the 7 stars, to age are black, inexorable reefs, whereon the freezing billows mount and mourn.
My father seeks my good, and mighty men design me noble toils.
O trusting one, thou soon shalt see him gather to his breast that which he names to thee as infamy. For ever so does age make mock of youth. Thou dost amuse me.
How then shall I win thy kiss?
Bring but the gem thy mother wears, low in the darkness.
Peace, shall then my heart be traitor to the bosom that was life and love to me? Where once my hunger found the food that all have taken, all forgot. Shall then these debtor hands that once so small entreated her, and ne'er in vain, return in strength she gave in far forgotten years, and violate the unrequited breast, the breast at which they moved in helplessness? O treason of all treasons!
So had cried thy father, and his father, yea, and his, and his, and his. Wherefore thou too must speak, even as thy line, fed on illusion, decked with all which tinsel honor had devised, to cheat their days. I see beyond the dark, the gods a grin at thee.
O witch, perchance my fathers spoke the truth.
Wiser than they have questioned. What is truth? Thou hast upreared, on these unstable sands of time and place, an idol wrought of dust and tears. Him blind thou worshippest, him deaf thou dost entreat, him dumb thou dost await with asses' ears, expectant. Me a marvel to the sense. And what hast thou but what the senses tell? Thou dost deny and question, but mine eyes gleam on thee, being lit with alien light. My lips proclaim thee mysteries, mine arms are bond for all thy doubts, not mist nor mud, but all that gods desire and fools reject. Behold me.
Tancred, closing his eyes.
Sorceress, I will not see. Thine eyes contemn me, and thy lips arraign. Thy dreadful beauty storms the sense, and breaks my citadel of reason, duty, love.
Lilith embracing him.
Thou barrest me from sight. What barrier hast thou for this?
O Queen, O wonderful! There cries so mad a music at my heart, I envy not the gods. Take what thou wilt.
Lilith releasing him.
Bring thou to me that ruby of the dead.
Scene 4. Burial crypt of the castle. A vast vault in which sculptured tombs crowd the darkness. Among them, Tancred and Lilith wander, the former bearing a torch.
Silence is monarch here. Methinks my heart, even as this crypt, holds but the dead, and thee.
Which is thy mother's tomb?
I ne'er before have trod these aisles. My father said the tomb is beaten silver, and a lamp of gold burns silently above my mother's breast. That lamp my father tends, his hand alone hath care of it, and he for 20 years hath been sole mortal here.
How mute the dead!
And yet men say that far among these tombs dwell mighty serpents, pallid as the moon. They batten on the dark and plague the dead. Listen, I hear the shuffling of their scales. Let us return.
Courage! Behold, a lamp above yon tomb. The starven flame hath died. Give me the torch.
They mount the 5 steps of the tomb, Lilith bearing the torch. Tancred lifts the silver cover of the tomb.
Thou dead!
The ruby! Swift!
Was this my mother?
Swift! My lips await.
O thou dear dead, forgive me in my need. Nay, I can touch thee not.
With wrathful gems, each like a sun that sets in sullen haze, is Satan crowned, and he would give them all for any kiss of mine. Behold my face.
Mother, what son is thine?
Nay, art thou mad? Oh, think of our sweet coming hour of bliss, the crying and the silence. In mine arms thou shalt know paradise, a sorry tale, and angered angels, envious of thee, shall turn their backs on heaven.
Tancred, taking up the ruby.
Alas! Alas! Forgive me, holy dead! Ah, how it burns, embered as with Antares, star of sin!
Footsteps are heard.
Who comes?
What matters it?
Urlan, entering hastily.
O traitor spawn, who with the treasure sacred to the dead wouldst purchase thee damnation?
Tancred, descending.
Even as thou I fought, and found the battle was in vain. For who with beauty terrible as hers shall long contend?
Put back the gem.
Tancred, holding forth the ruby.
Take thou the stone accursed, and burn for me this witch, for I cannot repent beholding her.
Urlan, taking the ruby.
Her will I burn ere evening.
Lilith, approaching the king.
Give thou me the ruby.
Stand thou back, gaze not at me. What mail shall now defend, what sword uphold, mine honour and the faith of 20 years?
I promise, in mine arms thou shalt receive the joy of 20 years in heaven. Give me the ruby.
That I may not give. Shall not my dead look forth with great and piteous eyes, and all the love that was reproach my heart?
Lilith, laughing.
Aye, keep it, and I hasten with this boy to twilight bowers of passion.
Urlan, holding forth the ruby.
Take it.
Tancred, springing forward.
Sire, house thou the jewel with the dead?
That thou mayst soon again betray me?
Nay, I swear thou shalt not win her thus.
Who gives the gem shall take me.
Tancred, drawing sword.
Thou, restore it to the dead.
Urlan, drawing sword.
cub, I will beat thee hence.
Stand back. I too have seen her smile. Beware!
Drive me this boy away. I shall be sooner in thine arms.
Urlan attacking Tancred and holding the ruby in his left hand.
Away, away! Dost dream to cope with me? I have slain lords and paladins in war.
Tancred defending himself.
Go thou and greet them!
Lilith takes up the torch and casts its light full in Urlan's face. After a short combat, he falls.
Ha! The king is down!
Father, arise! I did but jest. Take thou the witch. Arise!
Urlan lifts himself on one arm, and with the other holds forth the ruby to Lilith, who kneels beside him, and taking the gem, kisses him on the mouth. Urlan falls back dead. Lilith rising.
Fair journeying, O king.
Tancred turning to her.
I have slain my sire, and soon will cast myself against the Paynim, and have done with life, which hath betrayed me. Yet will first I know thy beauty, nor be cheated utterly in my great sin. Before the sightless dead will I, for this thy loveliness, take hold and master thee, who have won thee with my dead.
O fool, thou hast not won me. I but said, he gained me that did give the ruby. He thy father gave, and had my kiss. Stand back, my master gives me power over thee. Thy sword shall not obtain me, nor thy love.
She throws down the torch and draws back among the tombs.
I shall return to thee in 7 years. Gather thee strength, for thou shalt need it all.
She vanishes among the tombs. Tancred casting himself down beside the king.
My father!
The torch expires. End of Act 1. Act 2 of Lilith, a dramatic poem by George Sterling. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 2. Scene 1. 7 years later. Tancred and Gavain, his friend, ride on a white winding road ascending among grassy hills. The time is early morning.
Now dawn sends up the sun upon the world.
There's no wind along the summer grass. Day runs upon unshaken dews. How sweet is life! How marvelous! And but for thee, sturdy and gentle friend, my life were not.
'Twas nothing, 'twas a scuffle, 20 thrusts and 5 rogues, handsomer in death than life. Thank me no more.
How shall I cease to thank? Not once, but many times, thy sword hath been the single wand death shrank from.
Say no more. Look, here comes one will question of our way.
A knight comes round to the nearest hill, descending a glen. He reins in before Gavain and Tancred.
Friend, tell us of the road. What's at its end?
The sea, beyond the mountains. All roads end in water.
Or in dust.
I have but been thus far along the highway, for I came upon another mission.
What was that?
Knight, pointing.
There lives a man of magic up the glen, one terrible and ancient. He hath supped with Hecate, and sought the truth in glooms, lit by the eyes of dragons. He can use Lethean drugs in sluggish syrups cloaked, made in an isle of deadly fragrances. His goblet is a skull. He writes his curse in blood that will not dry.
We'll question him. Farewell.
Gavain and Tancred ride into the glen.
Think you he lied?
Nay, I have heard of mighty wizards, dumb with awful news, told by sick suns and venom-dripping moons. They in the blood of the Sphinx have dipped their pens, and traced its salt to wisdom.
We shall see.
They come upon the narrow mouth of a cave.
And soon, methinks.
They alight, tie their horses to a dead tree nearby, and enter the cave, a chamber a score of feet in width, dimly lighted, the end invisible, and its roof lost in the gloom. The wizard, a man of withered frame and huge hairless head, is bent over a basin of blackened silver, half full of a scarlet fluid that is in constant motion.
I see two foolish knights. One's clad in white, and one in black.
Am I in black?
Thou sayest.
Hearest thou the wizard, O Gavain? I'm to die.
A man may die more deaths than one.
Well, one's enough for me.
Say on, and tell me how I am to die.
Deeper into the darkness can I gaze than most, yet find the darkness still beyond. What sword-winged stars deny me? Thou art dear to Satan. Bloated dragons clutch at thee, with bellies like hell's roof and eyes of ice. What work is on? Far down I hear the chant of giant voices, solemn as the seas. And now all's blank and dumb.
What then of me? Why go I in white armor?
I have seen the bat against Antares, and the moth a blot upon the moon. I see a fool.
A fool thyself.
Hell spiders weave thy shroud.
Thou seemest one.
Milk o' the devil's mare, bubbles on poison. Laughest thou at me? Thou shalt not laugh when at thy ribs the yew sets many tickling roots.
I ride in white. I shall go forth below the day's turquoise, beholding still the sun in his domain.
I say no more, though willing. With a click, death darts a bony finger to his teeth, compelling silence. Get thee forth, and know. I see a lake. I see a bleaching skull. I see the spider of the scarlet web, and ivy slanting sunward on the stone. Soon the night demons nibble at the moon.
He does but maunder. Let us go.
On then.
Tancred and Gavain leave the cavern, mount their horses, and ride into the hills. Scene 2. A lake among the mountains. A castle, huge and dark, built on rock, rising sheer from the water, dominates the northern shore. It is sunset time. The Count Lurion, a man of 60 years, stands on the battlements with Lilith. She is in the guise of a girl of 18.
The dark will soon be on us. 'Twas a day full of keen light and shadows that were balm. How very still it is! The sunset seems an opal altar strange with light.
And see, out of the glory falls the waterfowl, and sets a silver V upon the lake.
How sad can beauty make us? But thy face makes me not sad. Why is it that my sleep is marvellous with thee? For thou dost come and visit me in tyrannies of dream and many guises. Now art thou a queen, and now a lovely beggar maid, and now a coral-crowned enchantress of the sea, or which abominable and exquisite, smiling a cruel-eyed, flame-handed thing, what is thy mystery?
Why, none at all, save thy desire.
I would that I were young, and forth again to some red tournament, with comrades at my side. It is not well that age should turn desirous eyes on youth.
Thou turnest them.
A spell is on my blood. Against the frozen emerald of thine eyes, my reason hath no refuge.
Ask thou none. Thou dost content me.
Child, what knowest thou? I know, and deeper therefore is my sin, who mix my greyness with thy gold.
Forget thy scruples. Have I any? Look, the sea of twilight deepens, fed from many rills of shadow.
Fell a shadow on my heart, come like a little wind, and gone as soon. Give me the dew-cool lilies of thy hands. I cannot wait.
The moon, a silver bowl, pours witch wine on the world.
Turn thou on me the glad great eyes of loveliness and sin. Thou mystery, thou splendor, thou delight, hasten.
The moon is out above the lake, walking with golden serpents in her path. The moon, white sorceress.
Thine are the breasts where time sets not his kiss. Come where the harps are sorrowful. I would find heaven before I die, knowing its hidden rose is not more sweet than is thy splendid body bared for love.
Look southward, o'er the waters.
I see not.
And I see too, and those two shall be one.
What meanest thou? Come swiftly. Still I feel the god's breath on the ashes of the heart.
And wouldst caress me with thy parchment palm? There's madder work tonight, and thou hast seen the vesper purples of a tragic day.
She steps to the edge of the battlement.
Gaze not upon the moon, and make me not a god one moment, and the next a moth. Thou seemest now no waif of paradise, but rather as a flower ordained to doom, and fragrant of disaster.
Seest thou not, there to the south?
I see the mountains rise, cold in their desolation.
So shalt thou sit desolate, and see me nevermore.
She leaps from the battlement.
She falls, far down she strikes. The foam ascends. The waters close upon our loveliness. The ripples widen, widen. Now the lake is calm again. God, will she never rise? O dire delay, O soundless feet of time, slow as the wounded hours of pain, I think there is no hope. Lost, lost, and oh, my heart, death, death, thou shadow whose entreated hands close the tomb's door on beauty and her grief.
Scene 3. Tancred and Gavain ride on a road skirting the southern shore of a lake among the mountains. On the northern cliffs of the lake rises a castle, huge and dark. Midmost of the lake is an islet, on which are the white marble ruins of a small temple or shrine.
What winds are on the sunset? Rank by rank its angels close their flaming wings and die.
Bread and lake water for our fare tonight. We'll rest beside the shore. It will be good to get this weight of armor off the back. The day was hot.
I would I knew what lord lives in that sullen keep.
It matters not, for we'd be overlong in reaching it tonight.
Tomorrow's larks shall find us there. How sweet to wander on and on. O world, thou window of a single bar, and that the hard horizon.
Come, dismount and eat.
They dismount at the lakeside, hobble their horses, and break bread together. Tancred sings.
From earth's horizon, dim and wide, the stained moon swings free. Castor and Pollux, side by side, go downward to the sea. Thy good sword to my need, O friend, and my strong shield to thine. How bright before the darkness end the star companions shine. Two hearts may greatly dare the west, where one might know dismay. Two barks join surely in the quest, where one might miss the way. Face thou with me the immortal sun, and counsel me by night, and wassail, and the deed well done, we two shall fare aright. Ever wast thou the clean blue blade, the comrade of the skies, the heart's, the hand's abiding aid, with truth in heart and eyes.
The cry of an owl is heard.
Ho ho, thou hast an owlet answering.
I think no man had ever friend like thee, so strong, and yet so gentle.
Say it not, I'm but as other men.
But see, the moon, she comes to wake on beach and mountain side, the placid lilies of her sorcery.
Said prettily, but in her haunted light, one sleeps less soundly.
I, before we sleep, will swim a while.
Thou knowest I cannot swim, but at the shallow verge I'll squat and splash, and borrow of the lake a little. Chill, it seems, and very silent.
They strip and go down to the water.
Wait, our swords.
Fear not, none's forth. Is it in yonder towers that solemn sound is borne, profound, remote, like the slow tolling of a giant bell in crypts below the ocean?
I hear not.
'Tis gone. I think it strange you did not hear.
Tancred swims out in the lake, reaching at last the islet. He stands before the broken marbles.
What hand was on the adorers and the god? Faith found the ancient silence. I alone, drawn by the drifting moon's cold loveliness, may kneel, and to what saint?
Lilith comes up from the waters and stands before him.
Kneel thou to me.
The moonlight makes thee all one dewy pearl.
Kneel, kneel if thou wouldst wear me.
Now I know thy beauty and thy cunning. Thou art she who didst betray me 7 years ago, slaying my heart's youth with thy treachery. Thy hands are scarlet with the blood of hope.
For thine own good, O prince.
Not so. The wound grows deeper with the years.
I am thy cure.
She draws nearer.
There is no cure.
But me, my lips, my breast.
Thy beauty is an arrow in the heart, a sword upon the spirit and the sense, and music is thy footfall into time.
Kneel then.
I will not kneel.
Then must I kneel.
She bends a knee to Tancred and holds forth her arms.
Christ, thou dost shake the night with loveliness, thou pearl whose mother was the moon. Ah, thou dost brim the world with beauty.
Kneel with me, accept me, for I am the breast of snow that hides a heart aflame.
Ah, beautiful. I kneel. I worship.
Wilt thou waste my life? Tell me thou lovest me.
Tancred, clasping Lilith.
I love. Ah, God! Ah, God!
A cry is heard from the southern shore of the lake. Tancred struggles to his feet, Lilith clinging to him.
Go not, go not.
Was that my friend that called? There's peril on the wind. Nay, let me go.
The distant cry is heard again. Lilith clings to him.
Thou shalt not go. 'Twas nothing. Hear thou me.
My friend hath called me.
'Twas the owl, the owl. And I call. Shall this be not to thee, the beauty of the love-entreating breast, the crying of love-entreating lips? Ah, lost in long oblivions of bliss. Ah, given to some tide of dreadful joy. Clasp me forever.
The cry, very faint, is heard for the last time.
'Tis my friend.
Come thou, led by these hands, through myriad heavens of sense.
Alas, what cry was that?
Accept thou me. So shall the golden harp-string of joy tremble against infinity, nor cease.
I think it was my friend.
Accept thou me, that we, now twain in loneliness, become one raging ecstasy of flesh and soul.
It may have been the owl. Give me thy lips.
They sink to their knees in a long kiss. The silence deepens. Lilith slips from his arms and springs to the sands of the lake.
Too late, O fool. It was thy friend. He is bloody now, who said that he had been dipped in the blood of lions for a charm.
Now will I die, if swords remain to slay. Thee first I'll strangle.
Thou shalt seize as soon the water-snake, a pearl of hell, I sink to gulfs thou knowest not. Thou shalt go forth to new disasters, and to hooded fates. Strange as the star thou followest, her ray is downward, and the road is desolate whereon thou goest, dreaming of its end. But all men falter, and the road abides, that sun by sun the years are dust upon, shadow in ashes and an echo lost, an iris ending in eternal mist.
Lilith sinks into the lake. Tancred kneels in the moonlight. End of Act 2. Act 3 of Lilith, a dramatic poem by George Sterling. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 3. Scene 1. 3 years later, a noonday in spring, Tancred, mounted and alone, has stopped on a road leading northward toward snow-capped mountains. He looks down on a village below him.
Half nun, half Maenad, April weeps and smiles. The world's surprise of blossoming is come, in ancient woodlands, beautiful with spring. My blood's a dance today, and in my heart great wings unfold. I hunger for the far. The wind is cold and clear. Deep in the west I see a fading rainbow's plinth, and dream the mountain gnomes are burning opal stones. The nearer mountains rise like frozen wine on the northwestern sapphire. 'Tis a day and region made for marvel. I would seek the flower love finds in solitary places, the lonely rose he hath. Surely I, somewhere between the sunset and the north, between the first-born lilies and the last, shall come on breathless wonderment, and know the mortal love of an immortal breast, or solitude of beauty long asleep, some rose that blossomed from the dust of kings.
The boy Ulf comes up the road.
A knight! A knight! Good morrow, mighty sir. Wilt tell me of the wars?
First tell thou me what's past the mountains yonder.
Kings and queens! Oh, draw thy sword and let me feel its edge.
All in good time. Is this the road that leads up to the snows?
It takes thee to that road. On those far peaks a white snow maiden sits, guarding great pearls for him who wins to her. but it is told a dragon bars the way. Hast slain a dragon?
Nay, but shall ere long. Is there true word of where the monster waits?
None, but he's there. Show me thy dagger's point.
Be patient, imp. The dragon, breathes he fire?
O little else, what giants hast thou slain? Tell me a tale.
I first would eat. Where lies thy father's home?
A quarter league from here. Come, if thou hungerest, the sun is high. Now crawls the thick-lipped honey from the bowl, and oaten cakes are pleasant.
Let us go. I will reveal how giants are subdued.
They pass on down the road, Tancred smiling, the boy grasping the stirrup. Scene 2. The next day, and the same road, but high up among the greater hills. Snow-peaks rise farther north. Tancred, mounted, converses with Geoffrey, a man of mature years. It is late afternoon.
One would have said the road ends here.
Not so, but it is rarely used. 'Tis but a path, hence onward.
Is this home of thine the last below the snows?
It is the last.
'Tis said a dragon waits this side the heights.
'Tis said. Down in the village they have time and tongues for babbling.
Well, a pity. I had hoped to slay the beast. Tell me, what is thy trade? A shepherd?
So, and humbly.
Hast thou kin?
An only daughter. She is nowise fair.
Fear nothing. Yet before I take the road, I'd eat and slumber. Morning is the best for things untried.
Dismount thee then, and lead thy charger to the left. Yet tell me first thy title.
I was prince. Now I am not.
Oh, say not so. Lordship is in thy gaze. Mine is too humble an abode for thee, the fare too meagre, and the folk too low.
All breath is warm, and all men are akin. 'Tis evil makes the difference.
Knightly said. Come thou this way.
Geoffrey loudly.
Amara, light the fire.
Scene 3. A week later, evening. Tancred stands alone by a mountain stream near the home of Geoffrey.
Ah, is it love? So suddenly her voice slipped into music. But a few nights past I heard the nightingale. Into my heart he sang a sadness. Now I stand and dream of things I have not known, and burning hours closed in by darkness with the lips we love. Now I am changed, becoming one with those whose hearts the moon hath set to mutiny, made sadder than the saddest nightingale of all old midnights. Still I seem to hear a music from a silence past the world. War hungers die. I dream of tenderness and beauty irresistible that comes about the heart like some eternal wind. Oh, strange and tender and enchanted thoughts, like flowers without a yesterday. Ye steal in fragrance to my heart, and are of her whose vision haunts with marvel and desire. Now comes the star-companion moon to cast her gentler day upon the world, afar, washing with pearl the mountains and the stream. She comes, more silent than the mist or flower. And oh, another comes.
Enter Amara.
I did not know that thou wast here.
Yet I am here.
I think my father calls.
It is another calls.
I hear him not.
Yet shalt thou hear. Ah, thou, thy mouth is made for kisses, and thine eyes for tears.
What sayest thou to me?
I say I shall be moon above thy snows of sleep. Ah, wonderful! How shall I make thee know thy wonder?
I am lowly and ashamed, and I must go.
Nay, listen thou, for I have slipped the flesh, and I am a spirit now. Nay, speak, for I would hear thy silvern voice, like moonlight audible, a mystic strain, found but by music in her farthest dream, and found but once.
What wouldst thou have me say?
Say that thou lovest me.
Alas, that thou shouldst stoop to me!
Unsay it, for 'tis thou that bendest from thy throne.
Thou lovest me?
I love thee, and I love thee, and I love. I was a wanderer until this love closed in its crystal my unhappy soul, and made thy face the everlasting rose. Thou art what other beauty can but seem. Thou art what music promises. Thine eyes are part of paradise.
Ah, no! Ah, no!
Ah, yes! O goddess, woman, rose and star! Lo, with what coals have these my lips been touched, lit at an altar flame of love's despair! O face that brings my spirit to her knees, turn to me, that the blinding sight may make the world one silence, and our hearts one song. Be merciful, for thee high beauty takes the raiment of her immortality.
What thing is this? I do not understand.
Turn thou to me, for now is come a night of one still star, and thou its holy fire.
Scarce hast thou seen me.
Deeply have I seen. As men in one sweet breath may know the air, or water with its crystal at the mouth, so do I know all beauty from thy face, thou that art beauty's word made flesh. Ah, thou whose dreams are whiter than thy housing breast, whose love within my veins is wine of light, who in 1,000 daydreams hast my kiss. Turn tenderly, for now I see thy tears, like pure nativities of dew. I weep, for mystery is on thee as a veil, and thou hast been the rose of darker worlds.
Thou lovest me?
Tancred, embracing her.
I love thee.
Say no more. One tear is truer than 1,000 words, and warm upon my face I find thy vow.
A cloud covers the moon. Scene 4. Tancred stands alone in the same place. It is autumn of the next year.
Now fall the shadows gaunter, as the wind plucks at the golden cerements of the year. What is it autumn sets us longing for? Lost in the central gardens of delight, I wandered. Now the rain is on the rose, and mine are unknown hungers, and I seek that which no man hath sought, nor dared to find. O thou inexorable satiety, who passest all the ramparts of the soul, soundless as eagle shadows on the snow! O perishable iris of romance, and fringing flames of marvel, ye are fled. The night and day were wonderful with her, the night that heard her holy whispers die, the day that gave her murmurs to my heart. What hast thou done, O strong and dreadful change? I did not wish it. What hast thou achieved? I did not wish it. Who of his own will abandons paradise? What hast thou done? For I could build up heaven from her face, and from her voice the music of its harps. What more could she have given, that she drew a rainbow through my soul? What cravest thou, O heart of mine, so poor and yet so vast? Something beyond, far beyond these hours. Now, as the great cathedral of the day draws captive glories to its western nave, I travail, sending forth a peaceless heart on quests that cease in splendor, and to dooms that throne me, and to darkness lit by swords. I turn from time and circumstance to hear the sound of battles on another star. O comrades of that destiny,
Lilith appears.
God, the witch!
Come forth with me, O prince. The hour hath struck. Put on thy mail. The far adventure waits.
Last night I saw the comet, like a sword upheld by Satan, searching time and space. Seeing, I thought of thee.
Put on thy mail.
Why should I temporize, O witch, with thee? Shall I rather not slay thee? Thou dost go with hell's black halo round thy head.
Put on thy mail.
Thy heart is colder than the light between the northern ocean and the moon. Thou art of evil.
I build up thy soul. Why wast thou born, O mortal, save to feel sorrow or joy? It little matters which. Thou drowsest in contentment. Thou dost need a fire-voiced wind to laugh thee from thy sleep, or trumpet of a god that never slept. Wilt keep the small horizon of a snake? Put on thy mail. The far adventure waits.
Go and abandon her?
She but delays thy footsteps on the white immortal road.
Which she hath need of me.
Her need is not a peasant's fondness.
Christ, I cannot go. The clinging arms and the surrendered breast, are those then not?
Diviner things await.
The gentle brow, the large entreating eyes, the woven turquoise of her little veins. Alas!
And were thy kisses there today?
Nay, but ere long.
New heavens shall beacon thee, beyond the ashes of thy love's dead star.
It hath not died.
It dies, and tediously.
I will not have it so.
'Tis written.
Christ, I shudder from the wisdom of this witch.
My wisdom cannot harm thee. Let us go. She is a humble creature. Dost thou think her puddled soul shall ever glass thine own? So men turn ever to these human flaws, until the strange become the commonplace, and ruin is on the garden. Come thou forth.
I cannot go. I swear to thee by all the hearts that love hath broken or made whole.
What is it she can give, that I shall not give the more greatly? Turn thy lips to me. Hers is a thin and sweetish wine. My draught is rapture unendurable.
I know thy words are true, as wandering passion takes music for voice, and yet I know them false.
I wait thee as a night that waits its moon. Forsake thy past love's poor idolatries. Madness awaits, and midnights drunk with joy. Be wise.
I have found memory, a night whereon thy beauty blazes like a star, and yet I will not go.
How cold thou art, chill as the agates of a northern beach.
Yet do I find the beauty in thy face of all time's saddest legends.
I have dreamt of evening and a couch of ecstasies, whereon love moans, like music on the rack.
Thou art too beautiful. The sunset seems a splendor shifting from thy face. O witch, I will not go.
The gods within our loins shall wake at last. I dream of happiness and sweet unnumbered subtleties of bliss, of eyes grown wet with joy half infinite.
Her eyes I see. They tell me of a grief whose tears are yet in darkness.
'Tis but fear that seals thy heart, and thou dost waste thy life. Prattle to famished lovers, not to me. How shalt thou cling to her and yet be glad? She was that dragon fatal to thy quest. Her lips are deadly, and her arms, though white as are the snows thou seekest, bar the way to those eternal peaks. She hath set rust along thy sword, and clipped thy wings. They rot upon thy shoulders. Swift, be brave, O prince. We shall go forth on steeds of malachite, and past the gulfs of sunset join the war of all the dead slain greatly. Thou shalt know the captains of old battles. Thou shalt see the face of Helen on another tower, and roam that land as eagles roam the dawn, seeking enchanted perils and high dooms, and beauty set about with dreadful swords. Heroes shall be thy comrades, winds shall cry, and golden galleys bear thee down the path of sunset on great waters. At the last, my lips shall wait thee in a mystic place. Ah, breast to breast in some forsaken land, a lonely isle in seas at truce with time. Come forth with me.
I will go forth, and hear the song of Titans and the voice of gods. Victorious winds shall be our company, in realms unvisited except in dream. A star shall guide us, and the dream be true.
Scene 5. The same mountains a week afterward. Tancred and Lilith stand within the shadow of a wood. It is late morning.
Where is that realm I seek? Thou didst affirm that I should know its perils, but we roam in bleak defiles and high on granite flanks, achieving desolations. When the flesh is fain of thee, my frustrate arms but close on shadow. Thou art witch-fire and allure, portion I dread of hell's black pageantry. Follow me with the sunset, thou didst cry, but 7 sunsets have unbarred their gates, mid fiery wings and lilies of pure flame, and shown the road to splendor. Yet we stray in great sad places, high among the hills, where barren suns reveal but loneliness, and the chill moon her silvern solitude. My heart grows faint. A wind is in mine ears, blown from cold trumpets of the stormy north, in prophecy and terror. Yea, I fear, doubt is upon me, and thy gliding glance hath treachery and promise. Hast thou lied?
Have patience, thou with hunger for strange things. Soon shalt thou drink a wine wrung from the grapes that grow by light of nameless moons in hell.
What meanest thou?
Listen, O Prince.
The song of maidens is heard.
O lay her gently where the lark is nesting, and winged things are glad. Tears end, and now begins the time of resting for her whose heart was sad. Give roses, but a fairer bloom is taken. Strew lilies, she was one, gone in her silence to a place forsaken by roses and the sun. Deep is her slumber at the last of sorrow, of twilight and the rain. Her eyes have closed forever on tomorrow, and on tomorrow's pain.
Youths and maidens pass near the wood, the latter singing, the former bearing the body of Amara upon a couch of woven branches heaped with flowers. Tancred goes forward alone, stopping the funeral cortege.
Put down your burden.
The youths obey.
When I said farewell, alas, the desolation in those eyes heavy with solemnities of pain. Now they are closed. She sleeps afar with all whose love had end in silence. Let me weep. Tears are the blood of souls, and I would die. Yea, being dead, shall I not weep in hell the flaming crystal of eternal tears? Ah, homing dust, what was my gift to thee? Alas, my heart, guilty as Cain's right arm. She has the lilies of a farther day, who was their mortal sister. Now her face implores not memory, but tyrannous shall haunt me, for the star is not more white, nor alabaster of the wintry moon. Rest thou, but I shall rest not, as I think of all my heart hath cherished and betrayed. All mine she was awhile, and mine were love's sweet hesitancies and adoring quest, in evenings early starred. Her spirit's lure and body's loveliness were all for me, nor dews more wholly given to the sun. The flesh I saw, but that diviner thing, an inner iris and a subtler flame, I saw not. Now the blinded eyes shall pay, and all the wild farewell at music's heart be mine forever, or until my lips inherit hers in heaven. Rest thou, my sweet, tender and beautiful, and somehow tired. I shall not rest, whose heart must ever cry for those lost days of wonder and delight, once all my own, my very own, now gone, now melted as the minarets of sleep. Thy joy was for a little while. Sleep thou, hushed in a golden gloom of paradise.
To the youths and maidens.
Pass ye, and I shall pass to bitter things. A sinner bids farewell. Renew the dirge, and lay amid the happy ones who sleep the dust that once was beauty and her dream.
The funeral cortege goes onward. Tancred returns alone to the mountains. End of Act 3. Act 4 of Lilith, a dramatic poem by George Sterling. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 4. Scene 1. 20 years later. A cook, a fool, and Raoul, a troubadour, sit on the northern battlements of a great castle. Around are snow peaks.
See how the low and black-bound sunset glares across the desolation.
They are crows that fly so dark upon it.
Troubadours bound south for Italy.
Right glad am I that I'm no singer.
Merry are the songs you waken from the kettle and the spit. Play on forever, or until I die.
The long red wave of autumn creeping south burst round us in a many-coloured foam that died and left the grey shores of the world more lonely.
We are here, the cook and I.
What know you of my thoughts, poor dolts?
I know what they will be within an hour from now.
What then?
Of eating, when you smell the meat I'll fry.
The devil take you and your meat.
Till then, I know you singer folk. You eat as other men, but somewhat more.
Raoul leaving them.
Farewell, O clods, you comprehend me not.
He'll sing his nonsense to the king tonight, and come drunk from the banquet.
I shall be as drunk and twice as happy on the morrow.
Fool, speak low, and tell me something of your thoughts concerning this new leman of the king.
I think she is a witch.
'Tis common talk. Men say none saw her enter. Guards were out, portcullis up, and moonlight clear and strong. Then suddenly that gliding thing is here, and asking for the king.
I'd like it not. Winter is almost on us, and the throne calls him from out the west, and yet he lingers to tame that supple serpent.
It is strange. Woman had never power on him before like that. Not even the archbishop's word avails with him.
But think you Tancred's now would count against her witchery?
It might. He deals in magic.
Say you so?
'Tis said, and Father Claude would have us ware of him.
He's jealous of his learning. Year by year has Tancred pondered in his narrow cell, seeking some wisdom that may profit men, such common men as we. At least he said as much to me.
Let him be burnt. The church knows all and tells us all. Let him be burnt.
'Tis ill, I know, to mix with such affairs. I never asked him for advice.
Nor I. Let us not reach too high, nor peer too deep, lest the world's mighty menace us. Content is found on humble ways. I cook right well, have deference for my betters, and escape the dooms that fall upon the fair and strong. Life is a trap.
I knew it long ago. It shall not snap its jaws on me. I say, make others laugh, and they will love you well. So shall you prosper.
Yea, we both delight men's midriffs. So the cruel arm and eye shall spare us. Stroke the lion.
Look, here comes our singer back.
Raoul returns.
Saw you the girl Jehanne?
She passed but lately with a man-at-arms. Lothair his name.
He of the ruddy nose.
St. Mark, I'll make a ballad on that beak.
Exit.
Lothair will make a sorry dirge of his.
Be still, look down. Tancred goes by. List now. What word is that he says?
He does but say infinity, infinity. You'd think he faced the rack.
'Tis ill to think of either.
My brother says infinity has end in a stone wall.
Your brother is a fool.
He's but a mason.
Let him go and eat the moss upon the farther side that wall.
That were strange food for any man.
Then let him build with other mortar.
Night is on, and I must hasten to my underlings, not one of whom will ever make a cook.
Why not make fools of them?
You have usurped all follies, and there's not a silliness left for mankind.
Fool, drawing a sword.
Have at you for a pig.
Exeunt. The fool striking the cook with the flat of the sword. Scene 2. Evening of the next day. Lilith and King Gerbert stand in a room high up in the castle and look out across the night.
The day was still. The sun sank bloodily, as though the horned crescent gored the skies. Unrest is mine, but not for war. Thy face dethrones me.
Honey hath a bitter dust.
Each hour makes sweeter all that is of thee. I find within thy slow, disdainful voice the silver of a moon that never rose. Thine eyes are emeralds that dream, thy mouth a rose some god hath kissed in solitude. Deep in my heart, like singing heard in sleep, the music of thy beauty faints and clings. Night sent thee in as though from her first star. All paradise hath not.
Words, words.
What then? Have I not trembled at thine every glance? Command.
There's one whom I mistrust.
And he?
Is Tancred.
That poor sage?
He is not poor in wisdom.
Fearest thou that?
What should we fear above it? Without wisdom, men are driven as cattle. Wisdom is the quiet moth that frets the royal arras. Wisdom is an eagle, spy on all that crawls below. And wisdom is a mole, to undermine the ramparts of old empire. It is flame, consuming ancient testaments and laws. Fear it like flame.
But what can Tancred do to me?
Thou shalt not know what he can do, except thou question him, learn what he thinks, and find if he be enemy or no.
What put him to the question?
In due time. First, have him for thy guest at banquet. I will plan the feast. Have the archbishop there, and Fulk, the chancellor.
I think it ill to stoop to prey so paltry. That poor mouse hath had his refuge 7 years and more in this my refuge from the summer's heat. He asked for but a cell and crust. His feet were sore from many roads of many lands where he had wandered, gaining of their lore. Lo, he hath been in Egypt and Cathay, But shall a thing like that harm sovereignty? He is no better than a monk.
Say now, what threatens most thy rule? The force of foes, or craft of them?
I never feared their might of armour. Still, I think thou mak'st a fool of me in this poor matter of the sage. He's harmless as a gosling.
Let us see what road his knowledge takes. 3 nights from now, thou shalt be wiser. In another night, he may be wiser still.
Enough of words. Do as it pleases, only purge the feast of dullness, for I weary of all things but thee.
And I weary but of thee.
I would not lose thy vision for an hour. A breath, a fall of eyelids, one alone abides mine enemy, for eyes at last faint slowly with an ever-growing load, and as the sea shuts round a sinking pearl, so must I lose thy loveliness in sleep.
And yet I sleep beside thee.
All the worse. I lie then unaware of thee, a swine that drowses among lilies. Would that sleep were man, and in my dungeons I would spread a sleepless couch for him.
And yet, O king, the day shall come when thou shalt pray for sleep.
Not yet, not yet. Have me my harpers in, harps and a grief of music gently told.
The harpers come in. One sings.
What is it in thy face that holds the hidden grace of banished years? Sorrows in long forgotten midnights tuned, beauty disastrous, tender and foredoomed, for which the seas and suns are and our tears. Oh, turn thou swift to me, in whose great eyes I see all I have lost. Beyond thy silence waits thy tenderness, beyond all pain thy lingering caress, the only rapture worthy of the cost. Say nothing, for I know, on the far path I go, thy love shall save. Hath not today made beautiful the past, and when today is yesterday at last, shall not we two remember all it gave? Ah, love, this hour too fleet spreads purple for thy feet. The shadows close above the sunset ashes, ruby embered, and that old beauty lost in years remembered returns in stillness as a moon that grows.
Scene 3. It is evening, 3 days later. King Gerbert, Tancred, the Archbishop Arnulph, Foulques, the Chancellor, Odo the Full, and a score of lords and ladies are seated at banquet.
What thinkest thou, fool, of this my feast?
I think of all the lowly larners that went bare to make it.
Then indeed thou art a fool. Who ever thought such a thing before? And thou, Tancred, what of my feast?
O king, I come thy guest.
Speak freely. Give me of thy lore. It shall not wound.
Odo spake truth. 'Tis said that there is want upon the plains below.
I meant it for a jest. Shall the king care?
They starve with his taxations.
Let them starve, for they are worms, and I am one whose hands set iron to the granite plinth of time, and leave a name deep bitten. I have fought and won and will enjoy. 'Twas theirs to take, but I have taken. How now, Tancred?
I have dreamt of years when men shall not be wolves, but brothers.
Dreamt indeed. What wilt thou be, tiger or sheep? For thou canst not be both.
Is it a dream that there shall come a day when one man's joy is not his brother's pain?
It is the very ghost of dreams. Wouldst thou dance on hell's lid, or on its red-hot floor?
I'd do away with hell.
This earth is hell today, and dungeon to an iron race. How deeply I admire these men. Their hearts, let them be merry, while the torment clings to other hearts. Why, in the crypts tonight, they make an end of Hunald for his crime against the king's red deer. He's flayed alive who flayed the stag when it was dead. And we can feast and laugh, women and men.
More wine, and let them hold my dear in reverence.
And art thou joyous, Tancred? Hunald rides with skinless limbs, but thou dost feast.
I know. Alas, the sorrows of my fellow men! Their tears are bitter in my drink. My bread is tasteless for their torment.
'Tis no fault of thine. Thou didst not build the wretched world. Be happy. Lay thy burden on thy God.
There is no happiness in all this world for him who thinks.
What right hast thou to think she hath said truth in bidding thee to lay thy burden on the Lord?
Leave God to God. Thou shalt not fathom if he be at all. To skies unanswering and heavens austere, the faith of man pours yet its ancient cry, he to the voiceless raising still his voice. Let fonder souls smile on the waiting night, fed with the lie of immortality, but I smile not.
Thou hearest, Gerbert?
I have heard, and though not like those cricket souls that cheer up cheerfully concerning God, yet faith is mine to know him good. This sage rots in a cell, and does not know mankind, much less its maker. He hath held no sword.
I fight with lions that ye know not of. Ye have not trod my roads, nor known my thirst and my despairs, nor heard my winds of night moan in the porches of infinity. We speak not the same tongue.
If thou alone hast such a language, speak it to thyself, nor taint our liegemen with thy leprosy as a thought. Be gentle to thyself, accept our ancient things, and so, without mishap, find peace and joy.
I find them otherwise, peace but in war against the beast of self, and joy but in the joy one gives mankind. It is thine ancient things that ail, cold laws and customs dead, and hollow as a skull.
The sage is mad. Where got he such designs on God and man?
It all was dreamed before, long since and far away, by men now dust. He hath dug up their follies.
Let him know the rack, much wisdom's there.
Not such as thine. Better the truth with pain than joy with lies. A dream exalts me.
Yea, but being dead, thou shalt not even dream.
The dream will live and pass to touch the hearts of other men with morning and the glory of new light, somehow, somewhere, in years less blind than these.
This wrangling wearies me, so make an end.
A little while, O king, the offended church hath interest here.
I cannot see his harm. He makes a better fool than Odo there. Let him be fool. He'll be fat merriment with Odo for his ape.
Tonight, O king, the fool goes not in motley. Be thou sure that this man's word, if loosened on the world, will eat like acid all thy pomp and power. Is it not true, O Arnulph?
It is true. Such thoughts must die, if church and throne would live.
I know that I must die. There is no friend to plead for me. Yet one shall be my friend, kind Death, who answers all by ending all.
More blasphemy! Nay, thou shalt live in hell.
I am too near the silence, not to hope it is eternal. There is one who sees deeper than thou.
Thou sayest truth at last. He rules in Rome.
There stands a mightier one, Reason, by whom the gods and worlds are weighed. Reason, the queen to be, her scything light is on thine ancient gardens.
On the rack thou shalt think otherwise.
Her destined hand already lifts, its shadow sets in dusk the croziers and the crowns.
The man is mad, he'll make a merry fool.
He is not mad, he but foretells, and is not of thy kind, O Fulk, enswathed in optimistic fat. Thy docile sages and thy muzzled seers are not his brothers of the soul.
Not such, for they offend against the mind of man, dwellers in darkness, beaters of the breast. King, there is royal blood within these veins, for I have walked with masters, men whose words, like windows opening on infinity, show night, but not mirage.
More wine, more wine. Have at him, FullenArnulph. Said I not he'd make a jolly fool?
The matter stands not thus. The church demands him.
He must die. He is stained deeper with black heresy than is thy robe with purple. Infamies of pain await him.
He must die, O king. His hidden sneer is on thee, and derides the life-laugh on thy throat.
I do not sneer at any man, and least of all at him whose bread I have long eaten. I but say the truth is thus, not otherwise. Must I forego the truth for gratitude?
Thou seest, Gerbert, the man is stuffed with lying pride, a snarling dog upon thy hearth.
The rack for him!
Saint Remy, came I to a feast or a monk's quarrel? Take him, though I still am sure he'd make a jolly fool.
He'll find what too much wisdom ends in.
At the worst I'd cast him forth tonight.
What, loosen him upon the world? A pretty time we'd have, tracking his heresies.
We'll end them here. Yet, Tancred, we will grant thee time for thought concerning all thy blasphemies. 3 days foodless within the crypts may bless with light thy pagan darkness.
In time's torture vaults many abide, and I have stood with them, and wondered. Idly shalt thou prison me, whose mind hath found horizons reaching not on sea or land. Far wearier have I been, in days that had no meaning and no joy. Yet sought I truth, a wanderer, a moth of many candles. I have sinned indeed, have done so little right, and so much wrong. But yet a star hath beaconed. Still I fare, a searcher among shadows, frail as they, I to whom choirs of darkened suns might sing, Child of the night, we also are a dream. But dream or no, I seek. Ah, human heart, so blind, so wise, so base, so beautiful. How soon wilt thou be one with all men's hearts? What worth to the adventure? Yea, what worth, except it end in love? And now mine eyes, beholding love beyond these tears of time, are—
Is this a feast or sermon? Drag him out.
2 men-at-arms conduct Tancred from the banquet hall.
Thou hast done wisely.
I at least have stopped a mouth that knew not weariness.
A mouth that soon shall make strange sounds.
Not joyful ones.
I'll have none other. Bid the harps begin and Raoul sing. More wine. 'Tis long ere day, and there are many things I would forget.
The birds have told their bliss, and all too soon that ebbing music ends. On purple reach of streams where twilight bends the brow to evening's kiss. Turn thou as mute to mine, for on the white beginnings of thy breast my brow and lips idolatrous would rest, and know the hour divine. Now end the barren years, the lucid evening star, a drop of dew, hidden till sunset's rose has burned anew, shines also in thy tears. Let not thy love delay, nor silence hold our destinies apart, for what thy beauty says unto my heart can never say.
Scene 4. Midnight, 2 days afterward. Tancred stands in a locked room of a tower of the castle, and looks from a great window on the stars.
O night, mysterious and terrible, thou womb of light, thou charnel house of suns! I said, the stars shall soothe before I sleep. I gaze, and I am sleepless. On my soul the threefold darkness of night, life, and pain. He said to me, that sage of India, confirmed in all the doctrines of despair, the stars are suns, with each its vassal world, and stars forever. Can it be those worlds are even as this world, blind with hate, with self-enthroned, hungers unsatisfied, and nature hiding horrors at her breast? This life of mine, how hath it all fled by, gone like the smoke of sacked and ashen Troy? Peace to thine ashes, love, and peace to thee, thou beauty long departed that I sought. How vainly! Let the monstrous pageant pass with all its harlot music. I have been part of its pomp and folly. Still ye burn, old sores, old shames, old failures, old despairs. The heart's deep wounds, slow healing, if at all. Yea, I have known this world, and now mine eyes gaze on infinity's abyss, and fail. Time, as of old, mysterious and dread, who claspest all things as the winds a world, where man and all his voices find an end, turning from thee as children from a storm, unto the calm and shelter of a roof. Time, I am nearly done with thee. I feel a sense of man's high homelessness. I find no rest in thee, nor peace. I pause to hear, alone, the murmur of the seas that break on shores of worlds untrodden yet by man. And yet I know it is a dream, a breath, and ever night shall be, and ever stars, but I no more forever. What am I, this heart by time tormented and betrayed, and girt by many mysteries? This moat impinged on by infinities, this vast where meet the dark abysses to become a new abyss that hungers to be filled? I do not know. To one the music comes, to one the meaning, but this heart is tired. Close, close, O flower of consciousness, thy breast. I would forget I am and I have been. I feel the shadows closing with my soul. O lapse of worlds on the eternal void, globed by the certain darkness, still I wait. Yesterday's dust, fire of today, tomorrow's night.
Lilith stands suddenly beside him.
White witch, what plannest thou?
Thy happiness.
Lies, as of old.
I swear I am thy friend. Come, make thy peace with Arnulph. There is time. another day remains. The captain's stars cross, and demand thy doom. But I can save. Renounce thy folly. Let me say to Fulques that thou dost love the law. To Arnulph, thou dost love the church.
I cannot. How shall I be traitor to myself?
Remember thee, that blood of father, friend, and wife is red upon thy hands.
What tears are mine! They leave no stain but on the soul, and there they rust like to that blood. I know that I have sinned, and blackly. Still my soul hath stood for truth, and loving truth, there truly have I loved father, and friend, and wife.
Thy truth! Behold!
The walls that surround Tancred seem to melt away, leaving him standing unsupported in space, with Lilith at his side.
Look down, O Tancred. What beholdest thou?
Nothingness. Nay, I see a drop of blood, far down, yet visible. Beside it now a drop of dew appears, touched by a sun, unseen to many hues. And now from each rise vapours, ever denser and more bright. They soar, they robe us in magnificence. Great chambers open in the splendor, rooms of changing opalescence. Phantom shapes are dwellers there, that woo and wed and war, mingling in shadow.
Gaze thou fixedly on any form.
Lo, as I gaze it melts, and that mirage bears no close scrutiny.
All is illusion, born of those twin drops alone found real. See, the mists subside, thou gazing in relentless, and now that orb of pain glows redly, and the orb of pleasure gleams in subtle iris flame. Of those thy dreams are born, and every thought of good or evil there is not beside. Tancred, thou hast beheld thy soul.
What then?
And shalt thou, so beholding, prate of truth? There is no truth. What seems so is the child of that illusion. Miserable life, a babbling and a babbling, then the grave, a cry to which no song of any star returns an answer. Yet the thing abides, and pain as well to shrink from. Dost thou know what waits thee in the crypts tomorrow night?
Death.
Not at first. They'll scourge thy body raw, then dabble it with sharpest brine. The rack shall be thy couch for agonizing hours, and what is left shall die on bedded coals.
I will die truthful.
Wilt thou bear the rack for an illusion? 'Tis reality, that pain, though meaningless as life itself.
Such may be true, but there is that in me which must abhor abasement, finding fire a sweeter thing than shame. I am a man, and will not bow to them, truth or no truth.
And all for what? A year, and that proud neck shall feed the nettle? Shame or honour, both are but illusion.
Then to think at all is but illusion. Shall I be a slug to please thee? Nay, I wear full panoply of manship, and shall serve the human dream, undoubting. Canst thou say what life shall be, from womb to worm? Thou canst not, nor shalt know the glory and the terror of a world from birth to death.
Look up.
Tancred beholds the roof above him melt away, showing the night sky.
Behold the abyss. The suns go blind and lost. Thy life abides an instant of the pageant. God is not, nor devil, man being both unto himself. Be wise and say, life shall not cozen me. Be strong, and take whatever thing thou wilt. Defer to Arnulph. In a silken sleeve thou then canst laugh. Nay, teach thy heresies to lords and not to serfs.
Eternal night, the heaven of stars is dreadful over my head, where worlds go forth forever, and to what? To know that there were justice there.
The sea that life is bubble of knows not a why, nor whence, nor whither, justice, once again illusion, and the relative. The word means much to thee, but nothing to the abyss.
It needs mean nothing, save to man. Mine eyes turn from those cold frontiers, and gaze within. I see my rapture, and my grief, and know that they suffice me. Life, accept this heart, still hungry for illusion, and for love.
For love? Come with me to that gentler world, where twilight in the islands of the blest hath lost her purples on the jewelled shore. Music is there, and thou shalt know my kiss. Couched on the broken rose, and lulled by lutes, thou shalt forget the world's unending pain, and all dismays time hath in store for man.
That love I will not dream of, nor that peace, which I am human, and will play my part as man, not god nor phantom. I accept the wine of this illusion, and am glad. I drink its very lees of pain and death. Pain, and I comprehend my brother's pain, and death, that so I know the worth of life.
Still fain of the unsatisfying years, poor mortal, but a little time remains, even for that illusion.
I have loved, and greatly sinned. I have been blind indeed, but my humanity I put not by, nor turn from that great army which, betrayed by many captains and by many years, goes up against the darkness. I am man and portion of my brothers. I will stand for what I call the truth, and trust that love some day shall clasp the world. To hold thy dream is death and treason and the dark mirage. Thou too art of illusion which...
Look up, behold again the heavens. What hope hath earth?
Tancred looks up. The sky has become overcast.
The night is very dark. No star, no star. Now nearer to the skyline burns mine own, irrevocable, lonely and forlorn. The clouds that were the sunset come to weep, assenting to some sorrow of the night.
As thou dost pass, so shall the race, nor leave a watcher at the frozen tomb, nor voice to utter to the vast and voiceless skies the words, man was, he suffered, he is not.
And yet at last we conquer. These are years that know the seraph's sword, but not his song. We are but brutes, yet from those loins shall spring masters of matter. From the world's huge pain I know its coming joy shall be as vast, when the great balance swings, and stars that sank in tears return in song. Have not I known the labor and the midnight of the roots, the glory and the fragrance of the flower? Free from the long captivity of self, the race shall work as one.
Hug then thy dream, poor fool. I am no dream who offer thee rapture and peace at cost of sterile pride. Dream till the mighty darkness come and lay destruction on thy soul. But I have seen the moth and rust that waits their master's word. And know thou babblest. Babble ye, O men, till on the conflicts of accursed life falls the impartial judgment of the cold.
Nay, thou dost pander unto nothingness, and on thy tongue is death. We moths that use the stars for candles are more wise than thou, finding the light at least, although it slay. And though the last wind drive along the world the foam of granite and the dust of seas, the dust in man hath lived and loved.
And cried in agony, ah, miserable life, lured by 100 lusts, and dogged by sad satiety, blind pilgrim of the years, with pain for shadow, turn thee from the sun and rest. How very quickly art thou gone, smoke of the moth's burnt wing.
Yet it was wing, and better that than nothing.
So thou takest the god's half-loaf, refusing that my laugh may touch to mist thy worn philosophies? It may be, thou shalt eat tomorrow night another bread.
Men walk in darkness now, part of the hate and horror of the world, but clouds hide not forevermore the stars, nor night the dawn. The quietudes of law swing up the sun at last. I see far off the dust of evil's altar crumbling down before the morning, and the song of man answers the singing of the stars.
Poor fool, the dupe of dreams, so soon to take thy part in nothingness, one with that multitude to whom the eternal night hath said, I am. Farewell.
Farewell, O witch. I die a man.
Scene 5. Midnight of the next day. The troubadour Raoul and the girl Jehanne stand before a fountain near the southern wall of the castle, in a small garden close.
How brave of thee to come! I hardly dared to think thou wouldst.
I never should have come. This greenery is not for you and me. The king alone may walk it.
He'll not come tonight, I know.
And yet the dark is warm. Old Winter, like one begging at the gate, moaned once and went away. But he'll return.
Tonight 'tis summer soft, no winds a wing.
Art very sure the king will stay within? I fear him.
Peace. He sent for me and said, grant the drug music to my baffled soul, for I would dream of some great bitter love insatiate. Whereat the white witch said, thou shalt come with me to the crypts tonight, and hear another music.
What was meant?
Trouble thee not thy heart. Come closer. Cast thine arms around me thus. Ah, beautiful, I love thee.
Thou hast said so to each maid in the great city.
That may be. This time I mean the words. For beautiful thou art, and spring is in the garden of thy face. I would I dared to sing to thee this hour, and tell in music half the marvel. Dear, dawn-eyed and exquisite, the blind, sweet flowers are coarser than thy breast, and in thy voice are distant bells of evening, faintly tolled, and echo of the morning harp. Thy hair is gold of many an ancient moon, and hath their sorcery. I find therein the ghost of fragrance of some unaccepted rose that died in paradise. All things that seem most sadly beautiful are met in thee. Yet dost thou promise all of happiness, all wonderments of vision and of sound, drifting deliciously against the heart.
How silly dost thou speak, how very like a troubadour.
Hast thou no word of love for me?
Ah, thou art like a tiger-cat. So swiftly didst thou leap upon Lothair and crush him down. Thou art my tiger-cat.
Call me thy love.
Well then, thou art my love.
Ah, madlier, madlier, kiss me swift. My lips, thieves of delight, are famished for thine own.
They kiss.
Thy lips are cold.
Because my love is hot. Kiss me again, O lovely one. The night is shrine for us.
A low groan is heard.
Ah, what was that, dear heart?
I know not, and I care not. Love, thy lips.
The groan is heard again.
Nay, let me go.
'Tis nothing. Stay thou here.
'Tis terrible, a soul's black agony distilled in sound. I will not stay.
Come then, and we'll discover what it is. Behold, a window opens in the wall low down, too little to be barred. It lets the air into the crypts.
The groan is heard again. They kneel and listen.
Said I not so? The sound comes from below. Listen, and there's a laugh. 'Twas the king's witch, I know now. Odo said that Tancred was to die tonight. 'Tis he who groans.
That poor old man.
He seems not old, and yet he works in magic.
Why do men concern themselves with magic or its cure when love awaits?
With wisdom or red war, all's vain but love and lovers.
The groan is heard again.
Let us go. I cannot bear the sound.
But go not far.
They walk to the other end of the garden close.
See, here the sun was kindest, and the grass lies thick and soft. So bed thee, tender one. But you? Well, here's my cloak. Now, sweet, thine arms, thy face uplifted, and thy small red mouth to start the feast.
Ah, Raoul, Raoul.
Love.
Ah, Raoul, Raoul.
The groan is heard again.
Christ, it is too much. Let us go hence. We'll meet another night.
I will not have it so. See, here's a rose that hangs above the autumn's white farewell. I'll stuff thine ears with petals.
He does so.
Gently now. Enough, thou heardest.
The groan is heard again.
Hearest thou?
More loud, thou whisperest.
I asked if thou didst hear the sound.
I hear no sound. I barely hear thy voice.
Then all is well. Groan on, thou pest. Jehanne, my beautiful, thy lips again. O heart of love, thou centre of the sun.
Ah, love.
Delight, delight.
Ah, love. Ah, love.
End of Act 4. End of Lilith, a dramatic poem by George Sterling.